Folks, it's time to break down the running back room for the Carolina Panthers. I'm excited for this. The signing of Rico Dowdle happened while I was out, so I didn't really have a lot of time to digest it. But I was a big fan of this signing and hearing how excited he is to have his opportunity here in Carolina. I cannot wait. So, what exactly does this mean as we go and analyze the performance of Chuba Hubbard from 2024, of Rico Dowdle in 2024 with the Dallas Cowboys? Let's take a look. One, Hubbard is coming off the best year of his career, 1,195 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns on 250 carries. Only played in 15 games, so limited time there. We know he probably could have got to the 1,300-yard mark. Also had 43 receptions, 171 yards, and a touchdown. It's value in the passing game. Dowdle, on the other hand, for the Dallas Cowboys, had 1,079 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns on 235 carries, and played in 16 games. Also, 23 receptions, 149 yards, and a touchdown. Really looking at the Panthers' backfield in 2025 with both of these players, I like what we're going to see. The depth, the flexibility. We know Hubbard's proven performance suggests he's going to be the lead back, hands down. Dowdle being able to potentially be the dynamic workload piece that we thought Jonathan Brooks was going to be. Now, we didn't really get a true picture of what the offense would look like with two backs, primarily because when Jonathan Brooks did come back, he was working his way back. He seemed to be, whether the Panthers officially acknowledge it, on some sort of a pitch count. He got hurt. So you never really got to know. Chuba Hubbard was, he was the workhorse. He wasn't going to come off the field. We know how hard Chuba Hubbard works. But I'm curious how Dave Canales is going to be able to work this offense with two backs. A lot has been said and made around the lack of an addition thus far at wide receiver, although options are limited. Did the Panthers strongly consider drafting a wide receiver? A big decision to be made. We'll have to find out. But one of the things that we're not really thinking about, or at least I haven't thought about, is how good could this offense be if Dave Canales is going to stick to his guns, like he's talked about, with running the ball and trying to be effective running the ball and being stubborn about running the ball. How effective can this offense be, and how can it open up with the addition of Dowdle, and what can that do? All you can hope for is that these guys both stay healthy. Can you imagine, and I'm not going to put labels on it because I think we try to pre-label Brooks in the tandem with Hubbard, but can you imagine in another world the potential to have two running backs on the Carolina Panthers eclipsing 1,000 yards? I know 1,000 yards isn't the same as it used to be as well. I get that. You got an additional game. Workloads are different, but that could do a lot of wonders, not only for Bryce Young, but the offensive line, and potentially opening up the pass game, which if you aren't going to bring in any additional pieces, that's something that should excite Panthers fans. Now, I know this is a running back-centric discussion, so I don't want to venture too far into the world of talking about the tight end room or wide receivers right this minute. But it does get me excited, and I hope it does for you guys as well. I think the biggest question that we're going to have is the depth and workload management, just understanding how is Dave Canales going to split these guys. What is that rep? Is it 60-40? Is it 70-30? When it was with Jonathan Brooks, it was closer to like 80-20. You maybe saw him once every 3 or 4 series. Do you work this tandem a little bit more? You kind of think about, a running back getting into a groove. It's like hard to sit on the sideline. It's like a pitcher. Pitcher has to go out into the bullpen. A pitcher has to warm up. You need guys to get into rhythm to feel the thing. It's like the system in college where guys try to play 2 quarterbacks. It doesn't work. Got to have the one to get your flow and get your rhythm and being able to interchange the two. Game planning, the flexibility between both of these guys, like what does it do? Also to the Panthers, is we really talk about these two in this tandem running back room. The Panthers still going to look for a power back. I've seen reports coming through that they're still talking to running backs. There's always that possibility. I mean, hopefully it's an undrafted or late pick considering like where they sit, understanding that Rico Dowdle is likely here for 1 year unless things just blossom and he does really well. He's probably going to earn himself a payday if things work out the way they should. But I'm also with some Panthers fans who look at this and say, you know what? I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not doing what I did, last year, 2 years ago, not last year, but 2 years ago with the signing of Miles Sanders when we were all in. This is going to be the best thing that ever happened to the Carolina Panthers, all that stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get that excited in the moment right now. But I will tell you, I'm a little bit more excited. But I understand fans who say, you know what? Let's just see this thing play out the way that it should, and then make a decision and find out if this really going to work out. Anyways, folks, that's going to do it for today's episode. We'd love to know your guys' thoughts, y'all's thoughts on the state of the Carolina Panthers running back room. Are you happy? As always, this is Carolina Dad. Y'all have a good one.